Right now I'm going to talk about the future, what's about to happen. The magnetic north is going to reach a threshold to where the planet rotates 90 degrees. It's actually not going to do a whole flip. Everyone thinks, the planets north and south are going to completely flip. No, it's going to tilt and flip about 90 degrees. And it's going to clean the atmosphere. So it's all going to be tropical islands. It's going to look like heaven on earth. Yes, you're going to have beaches, nothing but beautiful beaches, and a lot of the cities will probably end up underwater. All the toxic waste dumps will end up, getting consumed by lava just destroys everything, right? Right. It's going to cleanse the world when your magnetic north starts to tilt, and you guys are going to get extreme weather. It's going to get colder and colder in the United States and Africa. Yeah, it's going to get colder and colder in both places. And then it's going to get warmer and warmer at the North and South poles, right? Yes, because you're about to tilt. You're slowly reaching a threshold. NASA's known about this for a long time. And then there was the Knights of the Templar that knew about it prior to NASA. So it's like Notre Dame's people, right? Notre Dame's followers, when he was alive, they're all Masons and Templars, and they had the knowledge. Okay, right, this is going to happen in your lifetime if you can hear my voice right now. Yes. NASA knows about it. They're alchemists. NASA's the alchemists of the world, right? So they know about it. They're well aware. That's why they're trying to send you to Mars and build better spacesuits. You see all the money they spent on that new spacesuit that came out, because they're trying to send you to outer space while the world flips. So they're going to sit there and watch the world go through this and escape in outer space. Yes, they're going to try to live out there for at least, however long they can. Yeah. And I'm sure there's other plans of people, running to the mountains and stuff like that. This is going to wipe out a lot of people. Yeah. But you're going to have whoever's alive after the natural disasters. So this isn't government made. The government knows about it. That's why they're gonna torment and torture you before the world flips, or whatever the axes flip. It's the magnetic north twist. The government knows, so they're gonna rob you. They're gonna bail out banks and do a robbery, and yeah, that's the whole point. Right? Right, but you don't plan on living through something like this. They're planning on living through something like this. They're like, I'm going to get all this money, and I'm going to have a big bunker way deep in the earths, and I'm going to live there and stack it full of food and live. No, you're not. That shit's going to get cracked open too, and you're going to die when you go hide. Yeah, they're idiots. There's no way you can predict what's going to happen on what part of the planet. Yeah, so there's no way that NASA could be like, okay, let's build bunkers here and over here and over. Yeah, they just try to get lucky. Yeah, they're just trying to get lucky. And you'll run for it, and there's a list of people that they'll pick up to go to space, like smart people that pass certain IQ tests and stuff. Yeah. You're just going to be in space for like a year. That's actually not that bad. Yeah. Yep, that's what they're planning. They're sending you to Mars to live for a couple years and then come back when the dust settles. Yes, magnetic north is no joke. Yeah, it's not. It's a real thing, and that's why I'm making this video, because I don't care what your economy does. I don't care who you go to war with. I really don't. That shit should have no effect on you when the planet's gonna kick your ass in less than 20 years. Right. If you're listening to this, the likelihood of you living another 20 to 30 years, 40 years is pretty good. Yeah. So they're going to rob you. The bank robbery number 2. Yeah. They're just doing nothing. It's fake money. You're playing a monopoly game. Housing's going to be free. Everyone's going to have beachfront property. Everything will be free. There'll be leftover cars and stuff here and there you guys can recycle and put back together and drive around after all these people die from the magnetic polar shift. Yeah, there'll be some leftover people and leftover stuff you guys could live off of, food and all kinds of stuff. Trust me, there'll be plenty of property. Yeah, a lot less people. Over 50% dead. That's almost guaranteed. There's some people have videos out there, they're saying no, 90% of the world's going to be wiped out. It's a likelihood. That's very likely. That's why they're sending you to Mars and doing the spacesuits and all this other shit. And they're robbing you, right? The bank robbery is part of the plan. It's part of the hijacking. They're going to try to, yeah, they're just going to try to go build more shit before this shift happens. They're just trying to withstand, maintain a life. And NASA knows about it. The CIA knows about it. Everybody knows about it. The church knows about it. John, Revelations, Notre Dame, all these people, they already knew. It has to happen. It makes sense. When you look at the magnetic north, look at your compass. It don't work. None of your compasses should really work right now. Not really. Some of the compasses should start to be getting all out of whack in the next, at least 2024. Yeah, at least in the next 5 years. You won't be able to use a compass. It's not accurate. Yeah, we're going to have to remap. And NASA's going to have satellites, and we'll try to use the satellites. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of you're not going to have cell phones. You're not going to have like all this shit that online when people are, oh, this shit's just, it's all perspective too. Like, I have to listen to all this Facebook, everyone's got a Facebook and it's all about their image and what they look like to the world and not really how they feel. It's what they look like to everybody else. And you're not going to have any of that shit like in the span of a very short amount of time. Your lifetime, it's going to get wiped out in your lifetime. Your little Facebook accounts, your bank accounts, any physical thing that you hold as a pride possession is gone. Yeah, you're not going to have it. So what do you do? The point is that you have the information. I just told you, whether you believe me or not, doesn't matter. What do you do with the information? Do you just keep doing the same thing every day? No. You've changed your mind. You've changed your feelings about it. You could start living now that you know that everyone's going to die. That's why they're doing this. They're going to war and they're doing the bank robbery, economy, housing game, and the education bubble game, and they're playing your little Monopoly games. You're just playing Monopoly. That's it. It doesn't mean anything. Game over. Start over again. Yeah, it's game over. But the beauty of this magnetic north and what's about to happen is that the planet's going to be the most beautiful place. The entire planet is going to be beautiful. Like, the air will be so crisp and clean. It's going to be tropical in every single continent, tropical island. Weather's beautiful all year round. Yes, you'll still get your rain and your snow and all your, the earth's still gonna, whatever. But it is going to be absolutely gorgeous. You're not going to have to work that hard for food. No, there's not going to be as many people, and there's going to be a shit ton of new vegetation that's just going to appear because the sun's going to shine so much on places that never did before, and it's deep vegetated. Yeah, like, this is going to be the most beautiful place anybody's ever seen in 100 years. And 100 years is not a lot, right? Yeah, so if you have a child right now, the likelihood of them living on heaven and earth it's a possibility that they could be living on, yeah, pretty much heaven and earth. Everything's free. tropical island. You pretty much live on an island. Just imagine, whatever Hollywood movie. And everything's provided. There's so much food on the island. You don't have to produce machines and aviation and automobiles. Why? You're being provided for. The planet, because there's not a lot of people. See what I'm saying? John wrote about it. Nostradamus wrote about it. The church knows about it. NASA knows about it. The CIA knows about it. The Pentagon knows about it. That's why they're going to rob you. And they're going to try to they're going to try to prepare people as much as possible by going to outer space and building underground bunkers. Neither of them are really going to work out that well. I'm just going to stay here. Yeah. I'm just going to stay right here and not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about what your computer says about me. I don't give a fuck about anything. I don't care about anybody's opinion of me, because in 5 years it really will not matter. It's like high school. You're in high school. You just got to high school. All those people that you care about and being popular and the gossip and the slander and the Facebook, you're only there 4 or 5, you know what I'm saying? You're only going to be there 4 years. That's what I'm saying. In 5 years from now, you won't fucking give a fuck about these fucking people. They'll be dead. It's like high school. You're in high school right now, learning all this shit. And everyone's going to die off as soon as you leave high school. Nobody mattered. Yeah, none of them helped you with shit. Where were they? When you're getting your car and your registration and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do after high school. Yeah, none of them were there. That's what this is like. I don't give a fuck what you people think of me. You're a bunch of fucking high schoolers. I'm thinking beyond. This is a game of chess. Chess and Monopoly. Right. We know what's going to happen. Look at all the videos. This isn't, a lot of this like spiritual stuff, what they do to you with the COVID and the lockdowns and the fear and all this stuff. That's just to like fuck with your soul. They're killing off the weak ones. The weak ones are just going to die off. Yeah. This is strength on a spiritual spectrum, or a strong attitude to have towards life. You can see that, right? This is what you need to survive, a strong, positive attitude. You know what's going to happen before it happens, because I just told you. So when it does happen and you're sitting there, wherever you're at when it does happen, I don't know what your choices are going to be. But you're going to be like, well, I already heard this person speak of this. So then your feelings change, right? You self-reflect back on what I said, right? We self-reflect. We look back on what people say to us and our experiences. Should I made that decision or should I have not made that decision? That's what I'm giving you the information now, so you can make the proper decisions in your life, right? Make more spiritual choices and stop giving a fuck what anybody thinks. Nobody's opinion should matter to you at all, no matter who you are on the planet. Not one person's opinion. You should just be living your life the way you want, and people like you or not. Yeah. You don't care about people pleasing. You don't care about opinions of others, because this shit's high school right now. Half of them are going to be dead in 5 years.